Hello, everyone, and welcome to ET Travel World's virtual conclave on film tourism. As much as Chayos would have us believe that India runs on chai, well, I personally would not like to refute that claim. But if there is anything that unites India and also inspires and runs the country, then it would definitely be films and cricket, and perhaps in that order. And like everything in the movies, the destinations portrayed in films also inspire us to travel. Yash Chopra did that with Switzerland. With the Swiss meadows and mountains for its backdrop, Chopra's films ended up making Switzerland an aspirational destination for honeymooners. So popular is the filmmaker in Switzerland that now, when we visit Interlaken, we're greeted by his statue, and Jungfrau Railways even has a train named after him. Amazing, isn't it? Keen to tap the increasing number of outbound and domestic travelers, destinations are keen to piggyback ride on films to market themselves. Indian states have also woken up to this potential, and we are making sure that they too make the most of it. Today, we have with us states that have understood the potential of film tourism and are working religiously to tap this market. My panelists include Mr. Navneet Sehgal, Additional Chief Secretary, Information and Public Relations, Uttar Pradesh; Mr. Dilip Javalkar, Secretary, Uttarakhand Tourism; Mr. Shiv Shekhar Shukla, Principal Secretary, Tourism and Managing Director, Madhya Pradesh Tourism Board; Ms. Khyati Nayak, Manager, Marketing, Niche Tourism, Gujarat Tourism; and Suchi Trivedi, Director, EY India. Mr. Shukla is joining us in a bit, and till that time, Mr. Ram Kumar Tiwari, the Deputy Director, Film Tourism, Madhya Pradesh Tourism Board, will be with us. So, just to set the tone for our discussion today, I would like to ask all my panelists a common question. How potent a tool is film tourism to market a destination? I'd like to begin with Mr. Sehgal here.
Film tourism, destination development through tourism is a way to improve the footfall of public. You see, UP as it is gets largest number of you say the inland tourism, like the Indian citizens traveling from one place to another. Apart from a very large number of foreign tourists in the state, we have traditionally we have a large number of people working in the film industry in Mumbai, and most of them they have been kind of showing a lot of interest and inclination to visit their home state. And with the aggressive policies of the state, I think Uttar Pradesh is the only state which is providing subsidies on film shooting and subsidies to the tune of almost 3 crore rupees per film in different models. So what we are seeing is that at one point of time before this corona pandemic broke, almost 150 films were being shot in the state. So you see, you realize that one, it brings in a lot of publicity, a lot of press coverage of heroes and heroines or actors and everybody traveling to a particular destination. And secondly, a lot of interest in general public who's reading it or listening to it in different part of the country, that okay, there is some destination which is being filmed and there is a lot of natural or whatever the geographical or whatever the scenes to be seen and to be visited. And also when movie shows the destinations, it gives a lot of information to the public, that the destination is worth visiting and destination is worth looking at. So film tourism, inviting films for shooting, is a very good tool, and that we have the state of UP has realized this, and we have been using it in past few years. And you see the number of inland tourism, the number of domestic tourism, tourists visiting the state is increasing every year. And now I think it is largest in the country. Tamil Nadu used to be little ahead, but now we are the largest in the country where for the domestic tourism concerns.
Thank you, Mr. Sehgal, for that. I would also like to understand from Mr. Jawalkar about, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, their take on film tourism and what do they think of film tourism?
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Fidden.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me here. Yeah, as you know, films can have a very strong influence on the decision making of the tourists for their travel when they choose the next destination. There has been an increasing number of tourists who visit the destinations which they get exposed through films, televisions, web series, though these are not directly tourism related tourism promotion campaigns. One of the example of film-induced tourism which I can relate to being in Uttarakhand is of Harshil. It's a very small remote hill town where Ram Teri Ganga Meli was shot in 1980s. And to our great surprise, local businesses are still doing good as the tourists still stop to see the location of a post office where Mandakin used to wait for the snail mails in those days. So that's still a charm over there. One other example I can quote here, which was of Kati Patang, which popularized Nainital in 1960s. And since then, we can claim that this destination has become a popular choice of tourists, especially the couples. So there are numerous such examples that can be quoted over here. Even internationally, when we see, we have example of the Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, which was filmed in New Zealand, right? So research studies reveal that 72% of the current international tourists visiting New Zealand, they had seen at least one of the trilogy films there, right? So although it is very difficult to establish the exact correlationship between the impact and the footfall of the tourists, but still we can definitely and conclusively say that the fact remains the films have a great importance. They play a very key role here in improving the footfall in any state's tourism industry per se. So be it films, documentaries, TV productions, commercials, these all mediums inspire people to experience the location they say in the content screen. And the film tourism is an excellent vehicle for destination marketing from that point of view. But it is not only, it doesn't limit itself to the destination marketing, but it creates further opportunities for product and entrepreneurship development in form of location tours, souvenir manufacturing industries, film heritage museums, and so on. So yes, of course, it's a very good catalyst, and any state which has its focus very well set on having overall development, this is something which they should work very sincerely and diligently on.
That was very insightful to know that people are still, visit Uttarakhand for Ram Teri Ganga Meli, the movie that was like long time ago. I want to understand, Madhya Pradesh has been doing a lot to promote itself and of course film tourism as well. So I want to understand from Mr. Tiwari, what do you think is the potential of film tourism?
Good afternoon, madam, and good afternoon to all the panelists. As we previous speaker also said that key film tourism is a very good tool for promote our destination and the marketing our tourism aspect, products and other things. So as we all know, the film in India is kind of one of the reasons way of work. तो उस पार्ट को कंपोनेंट करने के लिए हमने कोशिश किया कि जितने भी हमारे अनसीन प्लेसेस हैं मध्य प्रदेश के या बाकी प्लेस कैसे ऐसे हैं जो कि हमारे टूरिस्ट डेस्टिनेशन के रूप में प्रमोशन पर नहीं जा पाते, उनको हम फिल्म के साथ कैटर करके प्रमोशन पर डाल सकते हैं। एक सेट एग्जांपल जो है 2018 में मध्य प्रदेश ने सेट किया, वो फिल्म यू आर रिमेम्बरिंग अबाउट स्त्री फिल्म इज शॉट इन चंदेरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट। चंदेरी हमारे टूरिज्म एस्पेक्ट में थोड़ा सा लो प्रमोशन पे था। वन द स्त्री शॉट इन चंदेरी आफ्टर स्त्री, तो रिलीज के बाद 300% का जो टूरिज्म फुटफॉल है वो हमारे रेज हुआ। जैसे कि हम गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स का न्यूजीलैंड में देखते हैं या बाकी हम 3 इडियट्स का लद्दाख में देखते हैं, तो सेट एग्जांपल हमने मध्य प्रदेश में चंदेरी में एक्सपीरियंस किया। तो उस से हमको एक लर्निंग आया कि why don't we go with the other new destination about the मध्य प्रदेश, क्योंकि हमारे टूरिस्ट मैप पर शायद लो प्रोफाइल में थे या लो प्रोफाइल थे, वो हमारे सिनेमा की तरफ से ज़्यादा प्रमोशन पे जा सकते हैं। तो दिस इज अ लर्निंग फॉर माय स्टेट कि मध्य प्रदेश में या बाकी स्टेट में जितने भी नए डेस्टिनेशन हैं उनको फिल्म के माध्यम से एक नए डेस्टिनेशन के रूप में प्रमोट किया सकता है। तो हमने स्टेट में बहुत सारी पॉलिसीज बनाई है, बहुत फैसिलिटेशन के लिए काम किया है। वी आर ऑल्सो डूइंग ईज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस, सिंगल विंडो सिस्टम पर भी काम किया है ताकि स्टेट में इस तरह के नए डेस्टिनेशन को हम मार्केट कर सकें। और वी आर ऑल्सो एग्री सिनेमा इज नॉट ओनली द मतलब total tool to market the destination, but is a very important tool to market the destination.
Absolutely, absolutely, and makes complete sense for Madhya Pradesh. I want to understand from Ms. Nayak as well, because Gujarat also has been focusing a lot on tourism and of course on film tourism. So Ms. Nayak, what do you think is the potential of film tourism to market a destination like Gujarat?
This is a great opportunity to be here on this platform and to make you all aware through this platform, to make all aware that the importance of film tourism, right? So coming back to my state, so I would like to proudly announce today itself that we have already started the single window system end-to-end online, yes, from yesterday only. And 2 days back, our state government has announced new tourism policy for 2021-25 also, under which we have covered this film tourism so widely. We are inviting so many filmmakers, just not to shoot, but for other businesses to do with film tourism. As far as the potential of film tourism is concerned, so it is having huge potential, I would say. In my opinion, the most effective promotional tool for any state, any area, any jurisdiction from tourism angle is cinematic tourism. Because cinematic tourism has got huge impact on people's mindset. People do get attracted and motivated to visit the scenes wherever the film is being shot. So we have seen so many examples at national level, international level. Through filming, the locations have attracted so many tourists. If we talk about Gujarat, so you would be happy to know that the film, which was very famous in that time, and today also so many people remember, the film is Guide. So the very first movie and the very beautiful song picturized on Mr. Devanand and Wahida Rehman ji, Aaj Fir Jeene Ki Tamanna Hai, was shot in Gujarat, the region called Limdi district of Gujarat state. And the very famous movies like Lagan, it was also shot in Gujarat, the Kutch area of Gujarat, so which has become like a blockbuster movie. And Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam, the movie of Salman Khan, which was shot here in Kutch district again. So I would say the film tourism is just not promoting the locations, the destinations or the tourism, but it has got huge impact of its culture or tradition or food. Whatever is being showcasing in that film, it is depicting entire history, the culture and everything of that particular region, or I would say the state. So the filming or the cinematic has got huge impact on the tourist. Just not tourists, but a community as a whole from many perspectives. And for tourism, of course, it is always very impactful. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nayak. Hearing every one of you speak, and now it makes, it is kind of a reinstatement of the fact that, by doing a virtual summit on film tourism, we did go the right way. Thank you very much for this inputs. Shruti, I want to come back to you and I want to ask you about, there was an earlier report by EY and PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I think in January 2019, it was released, that had estimated that film tourism has the potential to generate about $3 billion, I think, by 2022 in India. Because there is a potential of up to, I think, 1 million film tourists to visit the country by 2022. Of course, things have changed greatly thanks to COVID. But you, of course, can you also explain about the fact that what made you EY go in that direction and find out the potential of film tourism?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, Peter. Hi, everyone. I just like to tell you one thing. When we were evaluating it, we realized, and this is just a single statement we would like to say, that nothing promotes a location better than a movie. And I'll tell you why. Any big budget movie, in first 15 days, average 5 crore people see that movie. Millions of people globally, which is that medium which can simultaneously in 15 days reach out to so many people and create that kind of impact. That is very important. In India, movies is almost like a second religion. It has an aspirational value. So whenever somebody sees the movie, what they see is how they can be there and they can live that life. So when you show good locations, as everybody in the panel talked about their states, I think I remember each of the things when they were talking about it. So that is because the aspirational value that I should be going there, living that life. Simple fact, like you type on Google, anybody just try 3 Idiots. What will come in options is the last scene in 3 Idiots. So, that is the impact. People are not even only watching 3 Idiots. They are looking at what was the last scene, where was it shot? So that shows the impact. And now with OTT platforms, the sheer nature of movies being sustenance value, that they can be watched again and again. And OTT platform has brought more and more people to watch it. This medium has become the strongest, one of the strongest medium, if nothing less than that. So that's when we looked at it and we thought that the potential, in fact, COVID has impacted some of it, but it is going to regain it. It is going to bounce back, and film tourism would become much more important at that time as well. So that is what we think, that yes, it has immense potential.
Thank you, Suchi. Just reinstates the fact that the states are going in the right direction, talking about film tourism. I wanted to ask Mr. Tiwari, because, after having set up a dedicated film facilitation cell to ease shooting permissions through a single window clearance system, Mr. Tiwari, I want to ask, how has the response to this been so far from Madhya Pradesh Tourism Board?
As you know that we are launching our film tourism policy in 2020. Just launching our policy, the lockdown is coming, 22nd of March. हमने कोशिश किया कि हम अपने काम को बहुत स्पीडली लोगों तक पहुंचाएं, जो लोग इसके बारे में समझते हैं, इसको जानते हैं. हम ऑलरेडी ईवाई के साथ भी कुछ कंसर्ट में थे और हमने इमीडिएटली इसको प्रोसेस किया और हमने अभी सिंगल विंडो सिस्टम को लॉन्च भी किया है. दिसंबर मिड में हमने इसको लॉन्च किया है. फर्स्ट फेज ऑफ सिंगल विंडो सिस्टम, जिसमें कि हमने शूटिंग परमिशन को 1 शॉट पे अलाउ किया है. सेकेंड फेज में हम सब्सिडाइज जो प्रोसेस है हमारा, वो भी हम ऑनलाइन करने जा रहे हैं. जनवरी लास्ट तक और फरवरी फर्स्ट वीक तक हम इसको लॉन्च कर देंगे. द पॉइंट इज दिस कि इस पूरे प्रोसेस में हमने 4 तरह से प्रोसेस किया चीज़ों को. हमने उन लोगों से कांटेक्ट करने की कोशिश किया जो फिल्म मेकिंग में डायरेक्टली काम कर रहे हैं, लाइक अ राइटर, डायरेक्टर एंड प्रोड्यूसर्स. हमने इन सब लोगों के साथ मैन टू मैन कॉन्टेक्ट किया, उनसे रिक्वायरमेंट जानने की कोशिश की कि उनके लिए व्हाट इज द ईज ऑफ डूइंग, एग्जैक्टली वो क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं हमसे. राइटर के साथ जब हमने बात किया तो उनका कहना था कि हमको मध्य प्रदेश को लेकर जब कहानियां बनाना है तो थोड़ा सा हमको मध्य प्रदेश के बारे में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा समझना है, जानना है. दे नीड सम फैम ट्रिप, दे नीड सम आइसोलेटेड प्लेस टू राइट देयर स्टोरीज. तो वो हमने उनके साथ ईज ऑफ डूइंग के लिए काम किया. कुछ राइटर्स को हमने इन्वाइट किया स्टेट में, उनका कनेक्टिविटी किया और वो अब मध्य प्रदेश को लेकर फिल्में लिखी उन्होंने और काफ़ी वेब सीरीज कंटेंट की. उसके बाद प्रोड्यूसर से हमने बात किया तो प्रोड्यूसर का रिक्वायरमेंट था कि हमको स्टेट में कम से कम लोग हेल्प के लिए चाहिए पड़े, मतलब ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग हमको मध्य प्रदेश से मिल जाएं. ये उनकी प्रोड्यूसर की रिक्वायरमेंट थी. वी लिस्टेड द लॉट्स ऑफ थिंग्स, 22-25 लिस्टिंग हमने किया कि क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है उनकी, उनको रिक्वायरमेंट को हम कैसे पूरा कर सकते हैं. हमने अपने स्टेट के सारे रिसोर्सेज को इकट्ठा किया और कोशिश किया कि हम कितने पॉइंट्स पे उनको चेक इन कर सकते हैं. कुछ पॉइंट हमारे बचे हैं, बट मेजर पॉइंट को हम उनको चेक इन कर पा रहे हैं. बहुत सारी फैसिलिटीज हम उनको दे पा रहे हैं. ये हमने उनको इन्फॉर्म किया कि दे आर इन्फॉर्मिंग अस. उसका डायरेक्टर्स के साथ बात किया तो नीड्स के उनके क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, कैमरा एंगल, उनको बहुत सारी डेस्टिनेशन की फोटोग्राफ्स के बारे में सब चीज़ों की इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए, वो सब हमने उनको प्रोवाइड किया. with due respect, इन सारी ease of doing process को करने के बाद हमने online process भी किया. Now we have post COVID हमारे पास 10 प्रोजेक्ट बन के कंप्लीट भी हो गए, इसमें 2 प्रोजेक्ट रिलीज भी हो गए और 70+ क्वेरी मेरे स्टेट में है जो मेरे को अभी आ गई हैं. 36 शूट जो है वो पैरेलली मेरे पूरे इंटायर स्टेट में अभी चल रहे हैं और ये हम सबको बड़ा मोटिवेटेड करता है कि इंडस्ट्री के हर बड़े बैनर, छोटे बैनर जो भी सब में काम करते हैं, चाहे वो जंगली पिक्चर्स हो, चाहे वो यशराज बैनर हो, चाहे वो अमेरिकन टॉकीज हो, चाहे वो पैरामाउंट पिक्चर्स हो, सब हमको बहुत पॉजिटिव रिस्पांस कर रहे हैं और पोस्ट कोविड के बाद हमारे पास जो रिस्पांस है काफी अच्छा है.
Okay, thank you very much, and I'm very glad to know that there are so many production companies that are willing to work with you and are working with you. Mr. Jawalkar, I would like to come to you because Uttarakhand has been felicitated with the title of the most friendly state at the National Film Awards. So how have you been working to develop these film-friendly policies?
Yes, we are thankful to Ministry of Information and Broadcasting for bestowing that honor of most film-friendly state during the National Film Awards ceremony of 2020 and recognizing our efforts towards that. We have also been awarded with the Best Film Promotion Friendly State in 2018 by Ministry of Tourism. And there was also a special mention certificate status given to us in 2018 in National Film Awards. All this just indicate and just puts a stamp on the efforts that we have been making for past 3 years continuously. So, so if you see as a like there has to have some kind of inherent potential in each state, in each geographical place where the filmmakers get attracted to. Uttarakhand as a shooting location has always attracted creators of movie businesses owing to its picturesque landscape. We have a better ecosystem, favorable law and order. We have got a pool of talented artists and technicians to support the shoot. And of course, most importantly, the friendly locals, extremely warm and hospitable people. However, that is not all that makes us a preferred destination. That is what I would say. Because the main trigger point had been, our effort to incentivize the shoots and ease of doing business practices. That played a real trick. As my colleague panelist, Mr. Tiwari mentioned, it really matters how much, how much facilitation we do provide to those who come here for shooting, and the kind of atmosphere we build for them and do the facilitation at that point in time. So if we see, the state has set up a dedicated web portal, which is in operation for past 2 years. And we have been very quick in giving the permissions. We take all the payments online and the approvals are expeditiously given. And the disposal time is very quick. That is quite well appreciated. So if you see all together, we have almost 250 shoots we had last year before just COVID. And none of our application was rejected or none of the project went back because of any delays in the permission. So that is something I think that is one of the important things for us to have a look at. But apart from that, it's an ecosystem that really matters. The kind of it's a mix of all. It's a mix of the local resources that you have, the kind of facilitation you do, the incentivization you do, you provide the supporting activities that are there. So altogether, unless we address all these aspects, we target them individually, pay attention to them, and work in a holistic manner. And as it was rightly mentioned by my colleague panelist, it has to go through the consultative process. Once that is done, I guess we are all good to see the good results of it. And that is how I guess we have done, and we still continue to do so.
Absolutely. The ecosystem has to work together, to facilitate these things. For that, I would like to now go to Mr. Sehgal, because UP has, lately become a favorite for many A-list directors to shoot their films. So, Mr. Sehgal, what would you say is or are the reasons for this growing popularity of the state among filmmakers?
You see, there are many factors. We have also been we have twice received the most friendliest state award by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting of India. See, we have a very smooth system of hand holding. Permissions and all those things are there. And we have a single window system where we give permissions and provide information and all those things. But it's basically the hand holding at the district level where the shootings are taking place very smoothly. The local administration is all the way helping out to give them support. So that film stars that even during just when the conditions were relaxed and some of the restrictions were relaxed, so many films being shot here, and of post-production facilities like studios, systems. So we have now here a film city in the country, and the consultant has already been appointed. Consultant has been, he's meeting the stakeholders, talking to people in the film industry to, zero in on the model on which this film city will be built. The idea is to give them a one-stop shop where everything is there in 1,000 acres of land, and people just come with their actors, shoot there, and take back the film. Because we are looking to provide post inside the state. Once you come, you get a film that you go back. So it's a kind of developing alternative to Bollywood that we are aiming. And this will not only, showcase our state domestically and on an international level as a most film-friendly, both geographically and as well as, politically or administratively. But also at the state government providing almost up to 3 crore rupees per film. So that is also attracting a lot of filmmakers, coupled with the ease of doing business. As I must tell you that Uttar Pradesh now is #2 in the country in terms of ease of doing business. So the permission processes, everything is online, and the district administration, they are working as a facilitator and handholder to support the filmmaking.
Mr. Sehgal made a very valid point about, about film-friendly policies. And Gujarat Tourism has been working to develop film-friendly policies. And Ms. Nayak today, she told us about the film tourism, the focus that film tourism will take in the new Gujarat tourism policy as well. So, Ms. Nayak, I wanted to understand what are the film-friendly policies that you're working towards, and what are the SOPs that you're providing to filmmakers?
Broadly, if we talk about film tourism, so everybody has spoken about the importance of film tourism, and each state is working so hard to promote film tourism and various destinations of their states. In same way, like Uttarakhand mentioned about the holistic ecosystem about this. So yes, absolutely, we do have like online single window system, as I mentioned in my like first session. And so the very important point from the filmmaker's perspective is to get easy permission in hand through single point contact. So we have firstly focused on that, and the proper online single window system for filming in Gujarat is already started. Number two, the broad information which has to be handy to any filmmakers from across the globe. On our website, we have developed a dedicated web portal for film cinematic tourism and filming in Gujarat also, which is having all the necessary information which a filmmakers need. Like it has got all the information, detailed information, right from the destinations. So we have uploaded the destination videos of small duration, which are covering all, just not the famous locations, but we have tried to cover the unexplored and explored locations. Because why only famous destination are not the primary requirement of any filmmaker. You have to understand that also. Every filmmakers wants to explore new locations. They want new backdrop as their for their films, for their scenes. so that they can, they are always in need of new locations based on their script and the requirement of the story. So that is also our web portal is having. We are having the a list of the local film industries like extras, artisans, the production team, post-production team, the translators. If some international project is coming to the state, then we need some interpreters also who can communicate well in their local language from our side. And we have got other database also, like district authorities, other departments, which are not directly coming under the district administration's jurisdiction. So for those departments also, we have uploaded the directory sort of thing. Number 3 is the policy and the subsidy. So yes, Gujarat has definitely considered this in a very serious way, and through that only we have covered the cinematic broadly into our tourism policy also. And it's just not about shooting the film, but we are also inviting people to build up infrastructure also related to shooting related work, like post-production, pre-production and all that. And hopefully we are expecting, because of COVID, the things have got little delayed, but very soon we'll be out with the film tourism policy exclusively also. And if I talk about the regional film, the progress of regional film industry, so the Gujarati film fraternity has seen a quantum of growth in last 3 to 4 years. And for our regional films, we have separate policy which is announced by Information and Broadcasting Department, Government of Gujarat. And under that, the Gujarati films are getting great subsidies up to 2 crores. And also they are announcing awards, national awards. And recently, one of Gujarati films called Helaro has won National Film Award as a regional movie. So that all shows the growth and development and the potential involved with film tourism in our state. Thank you.
Very pertinent points made by all the states. Now, I would like Shuchi to step in and try to explain. Shuchi, you've heard all the states talk about what they are doing for film tourism and how they are trying to promote film tourism. So how poised do you think is India to market itself as a film tourism destination, not just for films within the country, but for international projects as well?
Yeah, Peden, had you asked me this question 5 years back, I would have said, no, we are nowhere. But yes, as you can hear, most of the states, all the states talking about that, how they have geared up for film tourism. I think somewhere we have also been the pioneers in terms of supporting states and identifying that this is one of the, film tourism thing you should take up. Each tourism department should take it up. So somewhere we have also supported the states in that. Yes, at present, India has a tremendous potential because, not only for film shooting, because we have wide palette, vast diversity of locations, and each of the state is trying to put in their locations in front, wide variety of locations. So that is definitely helping us. But at the same time, we have to start, we are doing the simplification. We are helping the industry good enough, where we have set up central level film facilitation office, which is getting integrated with all the states and helping international film makers also to come to India in a smoother way. That is helping. What we have to look at now is to make India proper film tourism destination is create that paraphernalia around the movies we have shot, or the kind of promotion we can do. Somewhere the states have to start focusing on that promotion aspect, which if you see globally, I'll give you a basic example. We are talking about so many examples. There is a Doc Martin series, which is there. That started in 2009. It is in Port Isaac, UK. There's a small place in UK, Sleepy Town. Since 2009, that series started. The way the UK actually promoted it to make it as a film destination or, film tourism destination. Please go there, have a look at it. 5 most important places to look in UK. That kind of promotion is what now states as a next step will have to look at, or India as a next step will have to look at. We have to, we are there, we are doing great job, we have variety, we have, most of the scenic locations. And now we are right there to promote film tourism by bringing in more of international players in India. Though, frankly, a lot of them have actually started acknowledging India because of the sheer initiative of central government as well as state-specific work we are doing. We can see in Cannes how everybody is promoting their movies and states. But yes, now we have to start focusing on the promotion aspect, which is going to be very, very important.
Absolutely, Shuchi. I think that's a very valid point, and I'm sure since all the stakeholders are here, they would be, listening intently to what you're saying. I would now like to welcome Mr. Shekhar Shukla, the Principal Secretary, Tourism, Culture and Public Relations, and the Managing Director of Madhya Pradesh Tourism Board, who's now joined us. Mr. Shukla, welcome. Discussed with Mr. Tiwari as well. Madhya Pradesh has been doing a phenomenal job, not just to promote tourism, but to promote film tourism as well. And you've developed a film tourism policy to facilitate filmmakers to shoot their films in the state. So if you had to talk about some of the salient points that stand out from this policy, what would those be?
First of all, thank you very much for organizing this panel discussion, and I'm so sorry I could join you people very late. Let me first of all congratulate you for organizing this. Regarding Madhya Pradesh, one thing which I'd like to say that apart from the policy, Madhya Pradesh is a state which is known for very scenic, beautiful, exotic locations all around. The entire state is suitable for outdoor shootings. And above all, very, business-friendly environment here in the state government, and the kind of ease of doing business steps which we are taking to facilitate filmmakers. These are very important ingredients why somebody who's thinking of making a film should come to Madhya Pradesh. Apart from the policy, which of course is icing on the cake. We value relationships, and whosoever comes here, we ensure that they feel properly welcomed, and we extend all kinds of hospitality, whether it is from the government side or from the people side. And people are really very, very, business friendly here. So everyone who comes here, they fall in love. In fact, some of the directors who have come here, directed movies, and they have, started thinking of staying back and, creating a home for themselves over here in Bhopal or in Indore. They start loving so much the entire place. Now, coming to the policy, we have a very unique policy. Of course, every state is doing very good when it comes to promoting film tourism. We have, apart from giving incentives, we have created a very uniquely placed film facilitation cell where we designate a particular officer with a particular filmmaker who would, give end-to-end solution to the filmmaker. The filmmaker doesn't need to go from place to place or doesn't need to contact many offices. So it's one person solution. It's a one-stop solution, whatever you call it. And of course, it's all portal-based. And we also try to give personalized attention to the filmmaker. So this has really evoked a very good response from Bollywood as well as Hollywood, and we have got many projects now coming through. More than 300 projects have been done so far in Madhya Pradesh, and 75 are ongoing. Some of them are being shot, and some of them are in the pipeline. And some of the very popular international serials like The Bear and A Suitable Boy, which is a web series, have been shot in Madhya Pradesh. The White Tiger, which is film, internationally renowned film, has been shot here. And Istri, which was shot in Chanderi, is another example. So we try to integrate film shooting, filmmaking with the tourist destinations in such a way that both feed to each other. The filmmaker gets exotic location as well as good environment. And we, from our side, also offer them end-to-end solution, like We have our own chain of properties here through MP State Tourism Corporation, and we offer them good stays in our properties and with a lot of, very handsome discount. So they feel so welcome that they simply come to our office, walk in, and they go out. When they go out, they don't have anything carried on their head, and all their responsibilities, all their headache, we take over and we give them a good solution. So this is what we are trying to do here in Madhya Pradesh, which has really helped us promote our tourism destinations and help the filmmakers to come and shoot their films here in a very smooth and peaceful manner.
Thank you, Mr. Shukla. I think an end-to-end solution is what everyone would look at. And, with the Madhya Pradesh providing it, no wonder there are so many new OTT, content that is being shot in the state right now. I would like to go to Mr. Jawalkar and ask, because Uttarakhand has also been promoting films, film tourism. And, so if you had to pick, some of the most popular destinations that filmmakers are exploring in Uttarakhand or would like to explore in Uttarakhand, how is the state working to develop more such destinations?
Yeah, definitely. And before I just answer to your question, one point I would like to add here in with respect to Suchi's comment, earlier comment here. And what is important is if we have to sell any destination, be it either nationally or internationally, it is important to have the content which actually asks for a certain kind of a location. So of course, even if we restrict the scope of today's discussion only to the point of film shooting in a particular destination, for that as well we need to provide, develop some kind of a system wherein we develop a very good content for that, right? And even the international filmmakers would be very keen to do films, which is set up in the Indian background, which has got the core Indian subject at its heart. And if we are able to do that, I think we'll be able to sell our destinations very well internationally. And that really matters. Like just to, I can just, off the cuff, I can mention some of the very popular films made by the foreign film producers, Gandhi. So it's a very, very relevant, very, very, internationally very well receivable kind of a topic. Somebody will be really attracted and person would like to come and shoot in the, local where this particular incidents, the events had taken place. Similarly, of late, like in Uttarakhand, one Brad Pitt had come over here, and then 7 Years in Tibet was shot in this area. The entire background of that film, the people, the Germans who were taken as prisoners of war, they were put in a place called Premnagar, not very far from where I am sitting right now. So, and from there they go, they escape, cross over the Himalayas, enter the Tibet, and from there where they made the Dalai Lama. So this is the content, I think, and that content every state, every individual, every creative writer will have it. That needs to be. So we as a film producer, film promoter, or for film shooting destination promoter, we also need to factor in that particular thing, so that that adequate content is there which demands the kind of locations that we have. Like if you say, if I want to make a film about fisherman who goes every day, say suppose I want to make a film on of course, a fisherman who goes for fishing every day to the ocean, probably I'm irrelevant there. I'm sitting in the Himalayas wherein I do not have that kind of a product with me which I can actually attract the kind of clientele. So I think that is very important point, and we should also pay attention to that, and we are working on that. We are trying to have some this content creation groups we are trying to have, and we are inviting the resources who could actually do that for us. And I think that will be very important thing for us to do if we have to sell our destinations internationally. So that is what I say. But still, as I mentioned, this places like in 7 Years in Tibet, when that film was shot, we luckily we had a there is a place called Nelong Valley. It's bordering China, and then it's a cold desert kind of a landscape, and there that film was shot. But as coming back to your question, as you were asking, the most popular destinations in our place are the usual suspects, like Rishikesh, Haridwar, Masuri. Then you have Nainital, you have Auli. These are the usual suspects. But the good trend that we find is like these new filmmakers, they are preferring to go to the offbeat locations. And very recently we got a very good responses for that we have the Tehri Lake, which is again a very big and beautiful lake in the Himalayas. So there's this Meter Chalu Batti Gul, that film was shot there very recently. So similarly, Kedarnath film was again shot in the place called Kedarnath. So likewise, there are places like Dhanolti, Auli, and many other places, which are actually getting prominence, and they are figuring in this new kind of film and the creative content which is happening around the country. So what I would say is that if we talk of this offbeat shooting locations, what matters is the network connectivity. What matters is the the logistic, how you go there, how you manage it, the facilities that you provide, be it medical facilities, even SOS services that you will have to provide, the basic electricity and other facilities. So all that requires a certain kind of infrastructural development. So that also becomes ultimately a part of your film promotion activities per se. So but Uttarakhand has done one very good thing of late, is we have progressed very well in our establishing our air connectivity and helicopter connectivity. And as a result of, in fact, Civil Aviation Ministry has acknowledged our efforts. We are the probably per capita the most dense helicopter operating services in India, and we have got a big network of helipads where we can actually take these actors and the supporting teams there, do a quick shoot for a day or two in a remote location, and they can fly back again to the destination where they have got a comfort in staying. So similar kind of ventures also will be required to, and the state government is actually working in this particular regard. And that's why I would say that in coming days in Uttarakhand, there will be, I foresee as there will be numerous places which ultimately have their presence in the various creative content that is happening in this country.
Correct, absolutely. And you made very pertinent points. I think everybody should pay heed to whatever you've said today, because it's very important. So I would like to go to Ms. Nayak, and I want to ask her, as Mr. Jawalkar made a very pertinent point about developing more destinations to facilitate film shoots and connectivity. What are the destinations that you're promoting for film shoots besides the usual suspects? And how is Gujarat working to develop more such destinations, so that people can find new locations?
So like other states also mentioned about the beauty of each of that. I would say whole India is beautiful, and India has got everything to offer to any filmmakers across the globe. We have got everything almost. See, our state is, except snow, I would say, Gujarat has got everything from geography side, which can be offered as a cinematic location. So we have got desert, we have got white desert, we have got many beaches. And beaches also, I would like to categorize, like, we have got blue water beaches, we have got white water beaches, we have got mud water beaches also. So in beach only, we have got 3 types of varieties. Like, so we have got wildlife also, we have got dense forest also, we have got beautiful locations also, and just not rural area, but we have got super developed infrastructure also in Gujarat. If we talk about other facilities like air connectivity, rail connectivity, or road connectivity, Gujarat is extremely good in that also. I would say Gujarat state itself has got 13 domestic airports which are functional in the state. So as far as the facilities are concerned, the infrastructure development is concerned, the varieties of locations is concerned, we have got everything to offer to any filmmaker. So this is number one. Number two, as I mentioned, that it's just not the beautiful or big locations, but the filmmakers are definitely in need of, looking for absolutely offbeat location or absolutely unexplored location or completely unknown location. So if we talk from that perspective, then also we have got a huge space in our states through which you can showcase the varieties. And if we talk about the quite famous names which are coming in my mind, so again, the heritage is also very good in Gujarat, though it is less explored till now. But yeah, so many palaces, number of palaces, like in terms of bungalow or the big palaces with a huge beauty involved surrounded. We have got so many things in heritage category also to offer. So like we have got Lakshmi Vilas Palace, which is there in Baroda, which is the biggest palace. And the Prem Ratan Dhan Payo, which was shot in the Saurashtra area place called Gondal, which is again a heritage plus coastal line. And the Dwarka, Somnath, it's just not the pilgrimage or religious site, but it has got so many activities over the coastal line, so many adventure stuff, so many tourism activities. And from cinematic perspective, if you all also see, then we have got a few Virgin Islands also. And the state government is progressive in developing a few islands which are identified by the state government and the government of India also. So we are developing islands also in the states, in the state. So I would say there are so many things. And the last not but the least, the Statue of Unity, which is, world famous tourist attraction these days. And it's just not about statue, but the surrounded area of statue, the Narmada district of state of Gujarat is very beautiful. It is having entire tribal belt, full of dense forest. A river Narmada is also there. A dam site is also there. So one location has got so many variety. It's just not one particular landmark or point is there, but the city like Ahmedabad is also there. The city like Surat, Baroda, Rajkot, Junagadh. So there are, I have like, if I have to speak, there is a less time to speak. There's so many exotic locations, beautiful locations, and one location with so many varieties again. So Gujarat has got so many things to offer to any filmmaker based on their requirement, based on our requirement, and in terms of entire ecosystem also. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nayak. I think you have nobody could have promoted Gujarat the way you have done. You've given everything to filmmakers. I'm sure if any filmmakers listening to this, I'm sure they will take heed to this. Shuchi, I want to come back to you. And I want to ask you, you've heard what the states are doing. You've heard how are they promoting, how are they working. So do you think that the states, Indian states are doing enough to promote their destinations for film shoots? And, how can, if you can just let us know, how can states make themselves more film tourism friendly?
Yeah, so fortunately, the states present in the panel are generally proactive states, especially in terms of tourism.
We made sure that we got them.
Yes, so they are the states who are proactive enough, and they have done quite a few things. When we started as EY, we started as setting up the single window cell for Maharashtra as the first single window cell, fully integrated end to end. That's when we, and now we can see that all the states are already up there. What we have to see, as I earlier said, the policies are there in place. What we need to look at is that ease of doing business, which already, if you see, these states are definitely providing that ease of doing business. And we hear that from industry. And they laud their efforts, especially, MP, UP, Uttarakhand, Gujarat. That's what I'm saying. All the effective ones are here who are doing, definitely helping the industry in actually implementing ease of doing business. What we require here is, and if I can suggest, each of the states, if we can focus on creating our own location library. And here again, I know a couple of them have done the location library, but location library from the perspective of movie shooting, where we are showing that, okay, if this is the location, this is the place you can, stay, medical facilities, safety perspective, all those things are provided in that, including the, weather forecasts. If you go any international website, like we have worked with Toronto Film Commission, UK, and what we have seen is the kind of details they give for the location. It automatically makes it interesting and easy for an international as well as a national filmmaker to evaluate which location could be good. At the same time, you need to have a talent library as well as infra library as well, where you can show that not everybody can bring the entire cast and crew along with them. So can we show them that, yes, when you come here, you will get the relevant kind of talent without just going to a particular state and trying to get people from there. You have the right kind of equipments available. So if those things also we can show. At the same time, when we are promising through policies that these are the subsidies or incentives we are giving, so actually that subsidy is getting released, will also create a lot of information or good word about that in the industry, which creates, brings a lot of people to the state. Here, I just wanted to add, we are working great, but international people, when they come here, they don't look for subsidies. What they look for is our will to help them, ease of getting their business done, ease of getting relevant equipment and relevant facilities there. That is what they look for. So I think that is what we have to pursue, and that is going to help us.
Thank you very much, Shuchi. I think this is the perspective that you've given is something that, it's great that all the states are here. I'm sure, they'll do something about it, because you're talking not just from a domestic point of view, but from an international point of view. So for us to, maybe we'll have the next Lord of the Rings in Uttarakhand being shot or something like that. So for that, we need to work in a certain way. Now that I...
One more point here, given this current scenario which we are in, some information going out in the market that how well the state has been able to contain or handle COVID, that would create a kind of sense of security and confidence in that particular region. And it is going to go a big way. Internationally, if you go to the websites, you will see how they are showcasing that how we contained COVID. If we can start putting it on our websites, that is definitely going to help.
Thank you so much, Shruti. I think that's a very new and fresh perspective, and I'm sure the states are going to work towards it. Now that we have Mr. Shukla here, so Mr. Shukla, I want to come back to you and I want to ask you, because everybody has been talking about, and Shruti talked about the ease of doing business. So how do you intend to work with your public and private partners to make Madhya Pradesh a destination for filmmakers, for international filmmakers also to shoot their films? Because of course, the domestic filmmakers have explored Madhya Pradesh, and we have quite a few films, the new ones that are coming, that are being shot there. So, to attract the international crowd as well, how do you intend to work with your public and private partners?
Well, first of all, a word about Shuchi's comments, and I couldn't have agreed more with her. She has said it all. In fact, everything what we are trying to do and we are trying to put in place, she has already mentioned. Location library, talent pool assimilation, and then projecting it before, and then creation of such policies as to motivate filmmakers to involve local people more and more, so that creates a win-win situation for everyone. So that kind of a proactive policy we have created, where we are giving extra incentives for taking in the local talent pool, whether it is cast and crew or script writers or editors or whatever is required. So all these things we are putting in place, and that will help filmmakers to reduce their cost, make it more effective, and also promote the local talent in the national and international forum. And About the international filmmaking, of course, as I also entirely agree with Shuchi that these filmmakers whose objective is to create, conceive a project and complete it in a definite time frame, they really mean business. They definitely are not here for incentives. Any level of subsidy is not going to attract them. What they are looking for is a right environment, right kind of location, which fits into their scheme of things, and a very, very smooth flow of business all throughout. So this question of ease of doing business is very, very important from this perspective, because they would like to be least hassled about anything which they would like to do in the state. So for international filmmakers also, we, apart from special incentives, right up to 50% of subsidy we are offering in some projects, depending on the number of shoot days in the state. Heavy subsidies we are offering. And also to involve local talent pool, we are giving extra incentives. But for them, we have created a very robust one-point contact system. And we have taken all the stakeholders, all the relevant departments of the government on board. And MP Tourism Board is providing a single platform where everyone is on board. And any project coming our way, we coordinate with all the departments for any kind of requirement which a filmmaker has. So that is one thing, one way we are going to ensure that they don't have to bother about anything. And secondly, this location library, of course, is a very good idea. And as my colleague from Gujarat was mentioning, in Madhya Pradesh, anybody coming for a shoot requires whatever kind of location, whether it is natural setting or they are looking for some kind of heritage kind of thing. Everything is available on board. And we also boast of providing very good urban environment. We have 2 cleanest cities of the country in Madhya Pradesh, Indore and Bhopal. And also another thing which has helped us convincing filmmakers to come to Madhya Pradesh is very, very, robust health mechanism which is put in place in the state. Let me also emphasize here that right from day one of the lockdown period, we have been open all throughout. Our borders never closed, never ever closed. We ensured that anybody coming into the state, even during the peak of the corona, they were given all kinds of facilities at the border itself to get themselves tested, properly documented, all their addresses, contacts, everything was lined up. Particular liaison officer used to be tied up with such kind of people, and people were allowed to go inside the state, stay wherever they would like to. All the hotels in the state, they were made COVID friendly. They followed COVID protocols through and through. And we have been saying this to the filmmakers, they understand it so well, because wherever they go, they find that corona incidence is almost now negligible in the state. We have less than 400, 500 incidents in the whole state every day now. We have come down drastically. So the way corona has been controlled in Madhya Pradesh without actually putting everything under lock has been one way of ensuring that the business kept on flowing. And one good example I will give you, Mr. Anupam Kher came here to shoot his film. And he came here, landed with his crew, and in 22 days flat, he completed his project and flew back in Madhya Pradesh. So, and he didn't need to go anywhere, any place, except that I requested him personally that he should come and meet and thank my chief minister for being so film-friendly state. So he did on my request, that kind of thing. So
yes.
These are
we remember he had even tweeted, Mr. Kher had also tweeted about and thanked Madhya Pradesh Tourism Board as well. Absolutely.
We try to understand the point of view of a filmmaker, and we try to provide customized solution to a filmmaker, so that is why he will come to Madhya Pradesh. There's nothing else. Every state has got exotic locations. We can't compete with Uttarakhand or Sikkim or other state when it comes to natural beauty. What we can compete is that, okay, fine, you come here, we will give you whatever best we can give you. So when it comes to business, we have to be very, very, very professional in our approach, especially with the filmmakers. and a good environment they have to get. That is what we are looking at. And in fact, I'm of the view that whatever incentives we are giving, of course, they all tell me, the industry tells me that we have got the best policy at the moment. We are supporting all dimensions of filmmaking, whether it is TV serials, documentaries, web series, OTT, or whatever. And we have got best of the packages available for them when it comes to subsidies, etc. But my opinion is that we will have a definite time frame when we will close down the subsidy thing. We'll make it so happening kind of a place that they will come even without any subsidy to the state. They're actually not looking for subsidies. They're looking for something else. We need to cash that. And Shuchi has been right on the dot when she has mentioned about these kind of things. They need to have everything on their platter ready, and so that they can take quick decisions and they can really organize the project in a better fashion.
Thank you, Mr. Shukla. Whatever you've said, it means that all my panelists are on the same page and everybody understands the importance of film tourism. So now that I just want a final word from each one of you about your state and film tourism. And if you have to talk about why should anybody come to you for film tourism or to shoot their film, why should they come? So just a few words from each one of you. Can we start with Mr. Jawalkar, please?
Yes, very much so. I wouldn't like to repeat the things which we have been, because as has been very clear from this panel discussion that, we are going in the same directions. We are working on more or less similar kind of solutions. And one day it will come wherein, everybody would have hit the rock bottom, wherein, you can't go any further down when it comes to the subsidies and other kind of a facilitation. So what really matters is, as Principal Secretary MP has been mentioning, you really need to read the mind of, those creative minds as to what they are looking at, And I think what particularly is making it click for us is, it's really a personal interaction. Like almost like we are a very small state over here, and luckily we can spare a time with, for far too many producers and directors. We interact them with so personally, and our honorable minister has been so proactively. We went twice to Mumbai and we did interact with the film industry collectively. So if I have to sum it up and just tell from our point of view, I would say that it is the easiest accessibility, of all the officers from top to all those who do the actual facilitation. That is going to really matter, and how much dynamism that we will provide in coming days. That will be actually a game changer when it comes to being there in the top and remaining there on the top.
Thank you very much. Ms. Nayak, may I go to you?
Yes, definitely. Sir has rightly mentioned that we should understand the filmmaker's mind. We should welcome them with open mind, with open arms. We should value the relationship. We should understand their requirement and try to provide the friendly environment. Of course, we should, give them a special treatment also when it comes to professionalism and the services. So yes, Gujarat is always there to welcome any filmmaker to Gujarat with open arms. For shooting in Gujarat, so kuch din to guzare in Gujarat with, for filming.
Thank you, Ms. Nayak. And you've ended it with the perfect tagline. Okay, Mr. Shukla, can I just go to you then?
Well, मैं तो यही कहूँगा, हिंदुस्तान का दिल देखो. हम किसी भी व्यक्ति से जब मिलते हैं, whomsoever we meet, what do we look at the heart? So come to the heart of India, incredible India. हिंदुस्तान का दिल नहीं देखा तो क्या देखा? आओ यहाँ पे हमारे साथ रहो, और मैं वादा करता हूँ कि आप वापस ही नहीं जाओगे. This is what I'm going to tell you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shukla. Shuchi, I would want you to wrap it up and let us know. Of course, we've heard about every state's, what are they doing, how are they doing it. So if you have to talk about Indian destinations potential as a film tourism destination, what would you say?
So, potential is immense. As we all know, we have wide variety. We have to just put it out there for our all the you know, basically for us, locations are our stars. So just put it out there, tell the industry that yes, it is there, meet the right kind of people, have that kind of a connect. When you are promoting or giving your location to shoot, ensure that your, you know, the people who are utilizing that location, so your customers who are your actors and producers, ensure that they talk about your location in a tourism way, tourist friendly way. They show their locations more on their, you know, social media platforms. They talk about it for much more longer time. Get some credits in the movies the way we get it internationally. That is very important. So the idea is to get as much as possible out of the locations which you are giving, which are your stars. I can give you just a quick example I wanted to tell everybody. I don't know if everybody has seen it, but the lockdown biggest movie which came up, Tenet, Christopher Nolan's Tenet. It came out in, it was shot in Mumbai. 3 months prior to shooting, the crew came and settled, like basically the team of who was evaluating location came and sat down in Mumbai and were evaluating the location from central government to state government. Everybody helped them in such a seamless manner. 2,000 actors were required for that. 42 crores were spent by the industry in 7 days in Mumbai. So imagine the potential this kind of movie can get, just one movie can get in the region. So let's just ensure that the locations which we are giving, they become our stars, they sell automatically, and ensure that all the industry appreciates and they get more and more locations to shoot in.
Thank you so much, Suchi, and thank you for that figure that you threw to everyone now. We are going to remember that. Thank you very much, everyone. And I know everyone has been really busy and everyone has taken time. Thank you very much, Mr. Sehgal, Mr. Shukla, Mr. Javalkar, Ms. Nayak, Shuchi. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. It was a pleasure having you.
If I can just add in the last, if you permit,
sure.
Helen.
Sure, sure.
If ET can take an initiative of ranking states on some kind of a film tourism friendliness index, if that kind of index could be created.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to look into it. Thank you so much for that suggestion. Thank you.